Hello folks, I've been away training and I've not been to the allotment for a couple of weeks, which is not a good idea this time of year with the weather and everything, but it has rained. I'm hoping that at least the stuff outside has been watered by Mother Nature, so to speak. Anyway, apart from becoming a slightly more competent plumber, I've also picked up a terrible head cold. It's not the COVID. I've had a test. It's not that. It's just literally a cold. But I don't feel particularly wonderful. So I won't be spending too much time at the allotment, but we'll just nip up there and I'll splice together some footage from a couple of weeks ago that I shot and some stuff from today, and we'll try and cobble together a video, and I hope you enjoy it. Maybe you could consider subscribing just to help me out and help me grow the channel, and hopefully you'll see progress as it happens. I just want to keep the continuity. We're doing a year obviously at the allotment, and I wanted to not miss out big chunks of the season, so maybe a bit clunky, but yeah, we're going to catch up and it's going to be fine, hopefully. Okay, well, I'll see you soon. I'm going to nip up there, have this tea and biscuits, and we'll crack on. Here in the wildlife pond, we can see we have lily pad, water lily, starting to push through, but you'll probably notice that film on the top, which I can only presume is the bacteria from that pond donut, because there are a couple of mosquitoes around, but nothing like what there was before. So we are definitely winning on the mosquito front. We'll have a little look at the broad beans. I've just picked a whole carrier bag here. There's about 3 pounds, maybe more, 5 pounds of broad beans in there. All very nice. Just boil those up. You'll pot them and boil them up. When they're smaller, you can eat them whole. But we'll pod those and boil them up. And good news here, we can see biological control in action, if I can get the camera on it. This guy here, if you can see him, is a ladybird larvae. I think a ladybird from one of those harlequin beetles as opposed to a native, but he's doing his job. That's what he's imported for, was to work, and he's working very hard on eating those black fly, which are a form of aphid. Now if we look here, there's more harlequin beetles here. They're all arriving in force now, and if I can find one, they're a very, very varied species. Oh, here's an interesting. This here is a cocoon of one of those little grubs. So he or she is turning into a ladybird. There's one of those ladybird larvae just starting to pupate. These cabbages have all succumbed to snail and slug damage. There. There's one making an escape now, look. Yeah, you won't get far, mate. Anyway, I know what you've done. Over here, the other cabbage bed. These are all overwintered cabbage. This one here with the flower on is one that neighbour James gave me. He gave me 6, but I didn't have room for them, so I planted one in the corner there. Unfortunately, that's bolted. These have all overwintered, these cabbages. the remaining ones in the bed don't look too bad, but I've left one for demonstration purposes. This has been munched at some juncture by a snail or a slug, and the rot's got in, and it's just no good to man. Well, I say man or beast. You might be able to feed it to a chicken if I had chickens. There's a couple here which aren't too bad, very much personal size. They're not huge, but these are the mostly, apart from the one in the corner from James there, these are mostly the overwintered Duncan cabbage. I'm not sure if I'll be doing it again. I'll try, I think. I'll try. But my far and away favourite cabbage is proving to be this Asturian tree cabbage. Because look how healthy this looks in comparison. Hasn't been touched by slugs or snails. I've just snipped out the flower top from this one, and it's sort of regenerated. And these leaves, really, one or two leaves is enough for a meal, really. So why bother with all the fuss and the bother with snails, although the others do taste delicious? Is it worth the bother, really? And the broad beans are pretty much near the end now. They're very nice and flavoursome, but the plants are definitely showing signs of age. So I think next week they'll be coming out and we'll be planting something else there. And what I want to plant there is all the brassicas, I think. So these are the Luffa Gourds. They're not doing so brilliantly. Never had much luck with them. I'll keep trying. I think it's just not warm enough. But fingers crossed they'll do better soon. And this magnificent stand of sweetcorn is looking lovely. I've just been through with the single tine cultivator and roughed up the middle of the rows. And you'll notice that, a couple of weeks ago I planted a dwarf French beans in between the rows, so we'll have some beans too. There are volunteer potatoes coming back and various bits and bobs that shouldn't be there, but beggars can't be choosers. Generally speaking, the sweet corn looks very good. There's one over there somewhere I noticed which has been munched by something. I don't know what. This one here, look. I'm assuming a slug or a snail, but they're not normally too prone to that, so I'm not sure. Anyway, on the whole, they look pretty good. So this garlic is not too far away from being ready to harvest. I planted it last October, and you can see the leaves are starting to go yellow. There's a bit of rust and stuff showing on them. When they look more dead than alive, that's the time to harvest them. These are hardneck garlic, and you can see here, this is called a scape. This is the flower of the hardneck garlic. You don't really want to grow flowers, you want to grow garlic cloves, don't you? So you snap it off, and if you get it before it goes too woody, it's quite good to eat. This end here is the actual flower in there. You don't necessarily want that, so you snap that off as well. And this bit that's left you can chop up and fry with steak. You can make a pesto, you can do all sorts of things with it. You can eat it raw if you like a nice hot garlicky flavour. It's really not too bad to eat raw. It will give you a slight burning in the mouth sensation though. Anyway, that's garlic. Those carrot seeds haven't done magnificently. I think they're a bit old. It's fair to say it's not been the most resoundingly successful crop ever. But yeah, I'll have to buy some more seeds, won't I? Potatoes doing well. And this tree cabbage probably needs to be chopped down soon and put in a bag for these seeds to dry off before they spread all over the garden. I might snap that off and take that home with me and put it in a bag. Right, what else have we got? The pumpkins at the end here. Again, they're going quite slowly. And they're picking up, but this is about the best one. They're picking up, but I would have hoped that they were a bit bigger by now. So, anyway, such is life. And in the Polytunnel, we'll go in there, we'll show you what I've been up to. Here we are inside the Polytunnel. There's a tray of tomatoes there, which I have no idea what to do with. A tray of brassicas there, which I planted in the wet weather the other day. Again, they desperately need to go in the ground somewhere. So when those beans are out, we'll pop those in there, I think. These are melons, and these are peppers. These are peppers. You can just about make out where they're starting to sprout from the side after I've pinched them out from up here. So that'll give more fruit. Melons. I have no idea how to grow melons, but I'm trying. I don't know if you're supposed to pinch out the side shoots or anything else, but at the moment I'm just growing them up these canes, and then I'll tie them on with string to the roof of the Polytunnel. See how we get on. And these are tomatoes that I put in these buckets. 3 in each bucket, so that should be ample tomatoes, and they're a long way behind, but they will probably go red and make a decent kind of crop. In here is cucumbers. They've just started to sprout, so they'll be going in where the cabbages are, I think. Leave them under the hood there for a bit longer. Oh dear, excuse my cold. And right here at the back of the plot, I've got all sorts going on. This is the most disorganised potato bed you'll ever see, I should imagine. Anyway, these are the ones that I think had a lot of nitrogen. They've grown really tall. And there's a sunflower there as well, right there. Self-seeded sunflower. All sorts of flowers and chard going to seed and wild poppies and things. This is just kind of letting it get on with itself, really. I should probably earth those potatoes up, but they don't seem to be in any dire straits at the moment. And yeah, generally speaking, this is all pretty wild up here. It's quite pretty in a way, though, I think. Quite like it. Not sure if the allotment committee will like it, but there you go. And these remaining cabbages all look like they're about to bolt, which is basically flower. So high time they came out and made room for something else too, I think. Won't be doing that today, but certainly by next week they'll have to go, I think. These antirrhinums look quite nice too. One of my favourite flowers, to be honest. This and gladiola, I think, would be my favourite flowers. And over here, we've got some blackberries. These are thornless blackberries. Loch Tay, Loch Ness, don't know which is which now to be honest. But yeah, they're coming, look, they won't be long. A few months, a couple of months.